Hello, everyone. Tremayne here, and I have a Soap Fam emergency video to do with this new soap news because Days of Our Lives is moving to um, Peacock only. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this information. But of course, like, subscribe, and comment on the video. And I'm almost at 30,000. This has been the slowest climb I've ever had to get to a plateau. But once the we get up to 30,030 subscribers, I'm going to do a special live for everyone, where we will celebrate making 30,000 subscribers on the channel. So once we get there, then I can schedule the live. You will have to go to my Facebook page, Soap Fam. The link is in the description box, because that's where I'm going to post a link to the Zoom where everybody can join in. So, but if you're a member, you know, we have our Zooms every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that hasn't changed. And if you want to be a member, you can do lives all the time. So let's get to the soap news. Days of Our Lives is going to be on Peacock only. It is leaving broadcast TV, which means it will no longer be on NBC. It will only be on Peacock Premium, which costs $4.99. That's with commercials. Or you can get Peacock Premium Plus for $9.99 with no commercials. If you have Comcast Xfinity service, you can watch Peacock Premium with commercials for free. So if you have Comcast Xfinity, you still will get to see Days of Our Lives for free. Also, if you don't want commercials and you have the Peacock Premium through Comcast Xfinity service, you can choose to pay the $4.99 difference. So Comcast pays half and you pay the other half, which is actually what I do. So I don't want commercials. Comcast is already paying for the free one. For the free one with commercials. I'm sorry, the paid one with commercials. And I just go ahead and pay the other $4.99, and so that I don't get commercials. They are replacing Days of Our Lives with another hour of news called NBC News Daily. This will fill the Days of Our Lives time slot. The reason, I'm sure, is simple. News shows are cheap to make. They did the same thing when One Life to Live and All My Children Went Off. They replaced it with a cheap cooking show, which cooking shows are very cheap to make, and also news shows are very cheap to make. Now here's the reality check. And this is going to be a tough pill to swallow. A lot of people can get upset. But here's the reality check. There are a lot of older viewers that may not get to see the show, or they won't understand how streaming works. But from a business perspective, they don't care. NBC Peacock wants to make money. The reason why most of our other shows were canceled is because they're expensive to make and they were not making enough money to warrant the cost of keeping the show on. Most broadcasting companies focuses on the ages of the 18-49-year-old demographic, which is the largest consumer market. This means they can sell more items to customers in that age range. If you are 80 on a fixed budget, you are most likely not going to buy that new car, wash machine, or even diapers that they're trying to sell during those commercial breaks, which means advertisers won't advertise or spend a lot of money on commercials, which is how the network makes their money. They do not spend millions of dollars on these shows to be a charity, no matter how loyal you are to them, which leads to my biggest fear. When All My Children Would Like to Live moved to Hulu, they didn't bring in the numbers needed to keep them on the air. So they got canceled. My fear is Days of Our Lives viewers, either in protest or can't afford the service, will not watch the show. Numbers will drop and Days of Our Lives will be officially canceled, which is something that none of us wants. The only bright side is that Beyond Salem has made good enough numbers to give them the idea that the move will work in their favor. And they've also said that, a lot of viewers are currently watching Days of Our Lives through Peacock already. So they just want the rest of the audience to come along and pay for the Peacock service so that they can watch Days of Our Lives too. Um, so fingers crossed, Dave's Lives will continue to survive successfully on Peacock. There's something else you may have to brace yourself for. Disney and Paramount will be looking really close at how well Days of Lives does on the streaming service. Paramount has already been transitioning some of its shows to Paramount Plus, such as the show Evil and SEAL Team, which of course stars, uh, you know, have moved to streaming. And I'm sure it's a test to get loyal viewers to get used to going to the Paramount Plus streaming service. So Paramount Plus slash CBS has already been trying to transition their viewers to their streaming platform. And if Days of Our Lives is a success on Peacock, don't be surprised if Disney may consider transitioning Jordan Hospital to Hulu, like they did All My Children and One Life to Live. And Paramount Plus may do the same with Young, the Restless, and Bold and Beautiful. Streaming is definitely the wave of the future. And more and more of our favorite shows that are, coming back, they're coming back to the streaming service. So like even shows like South Park and some of the, like RuPaul's Drag Race, and they have some shows on VH1, but certain shows are strictly for the streaming service because they want people to get used to going to the streaming service and get acclimated to the streaming service, because they're also putting a lot of money into streaming. And this is a way they're getting direct money straight from the viewers. And they don't have to worry about getting advertisers, although they do have that as a secondary income for when they have the, platform where you pay for the commercial. You pay the slower fee to watch the commercial. So they kind of getting you both ways, they getting the people that are paying a lower price or even coming on for free. And, they just got to sit through the commercials. They can't fast forward through them. And then you have the people like me who none of my services, I go for the commercial route. I always, it doesn't matter, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, I have all the streaming service. The only streaming service I don't have is Discovery Plus. And I don't have Discovery Plus because I had it and I never watched it. It was really nothing on there that kept my interest. So I'm like, I'm not going to keep paying for it, even though it was like one of the cheapest services that I have. So, I always choose the commercial free versions of the sites. But, let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. Do you understand? I understand from an emotional point of view. Some people have been watching, these shows for over 50 years. And the idea that you've been watching for 50 years for free, and now they want you to pay $4.99 a month. It's a tough pill for some people to swallow, and some people can afford it and they just not going to do it. And some people can't afford it, but it comes down to the business model. It'd be great if they said, we just want to keep it on for the people, and, we'll take the hit financially, but they're not going to do that. So this is where we are. And this is the future that we're slowly moving towards with the other shows as well. Because like I said, if Days of Our Lives is successful, and even if it's not successful, it wouldn't surprise me if, one day they did choose to go to streaming just to see if people will stick with it. And another thing, this transition will not happen until the fall. So, in the fall is only a few months away, but there's rumors that characters like Emily O'Brien's Gwen on Days of Our Lives is leaving the show, and Tamara Braun's Ava is leaving the show. And it suddenly makes sense why all of the rumors are saying they're leaving in the fall, because there's also a good chance they're gonna slim down the cast, and really focus on specific characters. So I'll keep you posted on all the news that come through, any other, whether it's confirmed or rumors of other people leaving the show. But fingers crossed. At the end of the day, I'm one of the lucky ones. I can afford Peacock Plus. But I'll end with this: where there's a will, there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. If you have 5 friends and you each put in $1 and subscribe to the service, and just share the passcodes, you can be getting Peacock Plus for $1 each person. Or you may know somebody who has it already and just gives you their passcode. So, I mean, if you really want to watch Days of Our Lives, you still can. So it's not like you don't have access to it. It's just that same way a lot of people have Netflix, and they never paid Netflix a dime. So I'm not saying do that, but I'm just saying where there's a will, there's a way. so so get together with your friends. If you have one other friend, y'all both pay $2.50 towards a subscription, and share the passcode. Or I'm just saying we want to keep Days of Our Lives, keep them numbers up. So do what you gotta do to get your Peacock Plus. Like, if you have Comcast Xfinity, you already have it, the free version. Don't freak out. You already have it. But that's it. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Are you going to be a where there's a will kind of person? Where there's a will, there's a way kind of person? Or are you going to be like, it's $4.99 or it's $9.99? I can put that in my budget. So let me know how you are going to handle the news of Peacock in the fall, moving strictly to Peacock Plus. But once again, and this is something I kept seeing in the comment section of the site that I was reading at, because I looked at a couple of sites, but even though it said right there in the press release that Peacock Plus is the only way to get it, you cannot get it from the free Peacock one. You cannot get it from the free Peacock one unless they're going to do some sort of special to sort of get people in, start watching, and then say, okay, now Sweeps is coming up. Your free period is over. Now, if you want to know what's going to happen next, come up with that $4.99. They may do something like that, like a trial period or something to the effect, to see if you want to go that route. But how are you going to handle the switch? Are you going to just pay for it? Do you already have the service, or are you just not going to watch? So let me know, and I will see you in the next video.